Well, 2 trips to the hardware store and back, and now it's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. But I've got all the fittings that I need, and what I did so far, off camera of course, I always do that, I just screwed on the valve that goes to PEX. All they had was push in, so shark bite type push in, and then the normal hose that goes up to the faucet up above. I just hand tighten that, hot and cold. I turn them both off because the hot is just going to hang there until I have hot water running. Now what I've done also is I've put on the J-trap and a piece to go to the PEX pipe, or the PVC Schedule 40 pipe, and I had to go back and get an elbow because I didn't think of it before, so I had to go all the way back to town and get an elbow. And now I've got the pieces pretty much cut, and I'm gonna start fitting things together and gluing it here, and I'll have drainage. I'll be able to check the drainage. Well, you gotta wait 2 hours cure time, but you can they say it before testing at 180 psi. Well, I'm not gonna need 180 psi, but anyway, as you can see, I've already got the T just sitting on there. I've cut the pipe and put the T in place, and I've got to recut this one piece because it's a little bit too long. So I'm going to refit it in place, mark it, cut it, and glue everything together, and then I'll have drainage. That's one part. And then the rest should go pretty quick. Put in a piece of PEX down here. And I also have the bathtub fittings. And I also got the hose, what am I trying to say, the valves, the on-off valves for that as well, sitting on top of the sink, both of which will be shut off in the beginning. All I did is screwed that on. That's another push in quick connect PEX valve. They were more expensive. It's all they had though in the store. So that's what happens when you have a small town, but at least they had what I needed somewhat. So these will then go on to the bathtub faucet, and then I'm going to put a piece of wood bolted into the frame of the shelf of the kitchen shelving unit to go on the back of the shower, and then I'm going to drill through and mount the faucet actually on a piece of wood, a piece of OSB or plywood or something. Probably exterior grade plywood would be the best, so that won't, because this is flimsy stuff. I'm not just going to hang the valves on that flimsy stuff. It'll eventually wear through or something. So let me get this fitted together and cut it and start gluing things together. That baby smells fresh air. You can't escape through there, baby cat. It's too small. She was outside already today though, out with the chickens. Tick free zone. Ah, baby cat, checking it out, aren't you? That's going to be your new litter hole. That's where the litter box goes, baby cat. All that stuff is going to be your new little hiding spot. Yeah, that's what she thinks. She hates construction. Huh? Okay, I've got all the pipes in. I've checked it with the level to make sure it's all flowing downhill. And although it looks to be pretty tight, it's flowing downhill pretty well. So, and that's really flowing downhill. So I'm going to have to build a little bit of a cover for that. That's unavoidable. It is how it is there. I could have made it closer to the wall, but then I've been cutting the stud, which is going to be bearing the load of my water upstairs, and I didn't want to do that. That's an important feature of the house there. So I can always build a little box to cover that. That should be fine. That's appears in a lot of homes anyway. So now I've got to glue it, and I'm going to have a working gray water system in here, and then I'll have to go outdoors and hook it into the old camper gray water tank later on. That'll be another project. But alright, well, I'm going to glue these up, and we'll be back in a bit. Finish the rest of the plumbing today. I just glued one piece on here. Some heavy hardware once you get down to it. So the cement instructions say, of course, clean it, which I did earlier, and then run a a bit of cement around the outside edge of the pipe, and then run it around the inside of this, and then come back over, and you don't have much time to do this, and run the cement around the outside edge of the pipe again. Make sure there's no pooling, or you'll have weak spots. And then come on and push and turn, give it a quarter-inch turn or quarter twist, and then hold it for like 30 seconds, putting pressure so that it doesn't push itself out. Now that's seated in all the way. I like to hold it for a few more seconds than 30 though, just to be sure. And there I've got part of the drain done. It's exciting times in the tiny house on wheels. So I'm going to do the same in the kitchen part, and I'm going to come in here and put on the last piece, and we'll have drainage. Well, there it is. The bathroom drain system is done. Can't wait to try it. Now I got to wait 2 hours for it to cure. I don't think I have to wait exactly 2 hours. It says it's ready to handle in 15 minutes and fully cured in 2 hours for pressure testing. There's certainly no pressure testing going on in here. There it is. Tiny house plumbing. And it runs up under the kitchen sink. Looking good. This is exciting times here in a tiny house on wheels. I just keep looking at it. Well, the final bit. I want to come over, see, 11-inch piece. You probably can't see the whole thing I'm doing here. An 11-inch piece roughly. Here, give or take. That goes to an elbow up top. I'll get my clamps. There they are. There they are. Hope I got enough. Running low. So that'll go up top onto here. Alright, and that'll come down along the wall to a T, which is going to come down halfway and tee off. Let me see, how do I want to do that? This way. And go over to the shower. That'll be fine. I'm going to go higher than the shower head. Gravity feed. Well, shower's probably going to be pressurized. I'm going to tee off here. And down. So let's measure that. Two feet. Got myself a 2-foot section down here. I love these tools. You go on there. Now I'm just lining this up, so don't panic. I'm not forgetting the clamps. Definitely gonna need some nail that stuff in place. Okay, there'll be that. And from there I want to come down to the water faucet down here underneath the sink. So now I've got to measure from there to down to the sink, to the cold water connection. So roughly from here, I've got about 26 inches, give or take. 26 inches. Okay, now that'll go down. I gotta straighten that out. So curved all the time. That'll go down once I nail that in place. Good. Now, then we put on the crimp connectors and we'll have some plumbing in here. Hopefully enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be really tight. I've only got 4 left. I might just barely make it happen here. Just barely might have enough. Don't know if you can see past me really or not. Sorry about that if you can't. There's just so much space here to work in. I'm going to put you on the other side. See if that works out better for us. I don't want to block the view for you on you with my shoulder here. I know I'm going to for a little bit now and then. Okay, there's that one. Coming together. Gonna have running water tonight. I'm gonna have running water. It's gonna happen. Oh, did I? Is that how that was? It looks so crooked. Why does it look so crooked? Yeah, I guess that's how it was. Whatever. I can straighten that out. Oh, this is so awkward with this thing up in the air. Oh boy. Oh, my battery just died. Time for another battery pack. See you back in a minute. Well, anyway, I'm going to crimp these on. You don't have to watch me do this all. I just replaced the battery pack. This is an LED light from Sunjack Solar that I'm using and I'm reviewing. So I'll give you the full review later. And I'm going to crimp these on and then we'll be back in a few minutes. Well, there it is. All the way across. This hangs free. This will go to the shower. And it'll be inside the cabinet later. It'll go right up into the shower. I have to mount some wood and stuff there for that later. So that's off. That valve is off and this just hangs free for now. I've got the that valve is off. That's the main bathroom valve. Of course, we saw that I ran the kitchen water and it works. And I come down, make sure I've got all the PEX fittings on, of course. And then that's a quick disconnect running to the faucet for the sink, which is here. And I'm going to first try a cup of water because I haven't tightened the drain gasket underneath. I might have to replace them. I'm not quite sure yet. But I might even just put a bead of silicone in there for now and seal that, or some goop. But anyway, I'm just going to pour it into a cup and see what happens. So I've got to go upstairs and turn on the water because I had it off, and then slowly run through the lines and check for leaks. I've got the water on upstairs. Now I've got this valve off, this valve off. I'm going to turn this valve on and check for leaks through to here. That's off. On. I heard water flow. We've got so many possible leaking spots. So many connections. Oh, if one of these ever leaked, I don't know how I'd fix that. You just gotta trust it with that wrench. I don't see any leaks so far. So far it looks good. Now, gotta make sure I've got the valves off. The hot water is off. That's just an open line now. So, if I turn this valve on, I'll have water to the bathroom sink. Now I have water to the bathroom sink. Now, I've got to get a cup. Figure out where I put it, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, let's see what happens. I hear it flowing. Wow, that's scary. I hear it flowing all over the place. That's a scary sound. It's purging the lines. You can hear the air flowing. But it's scary. Look at that! Haha, look at that! Running water in a tiny house on wheels. Eh? Look at that! Got it! I've got it! Exciting, huh? Now I've got a lot of work to do putting his bathroom back together and finishing the cabinets, and I had pushed everything around here a little bit, leaning on it. Look at that! Running water. That is exciting, everybody. Very exciting. It'll be really exciting if there's no drips. I think it's going to be good. Because it's not a high pressure system anyway. And everything I use is designed for high pressure. Everything's good. Look at that. Well, this is a huge moment in the tiny house on wheels. My first ever cup of water. Don't worry, the cup was dirty, not the water. My first ever cup of water in a tiny house. Look at that. Well, let all those pipes cure, and I'll have real running water in the tiny house. It's exciting. Well, I want to thank everybody who has contributed to, in any way, to making this possible. A lot of the stuff, the tools and equipment, and some of the fittings and parts, I still have left over from the RV donations, and I had plenty of PEX left over, and I have enough for the hot water as well. So I want to thank you all, everybody who helped and made this possible, because a lot of this was left over from after I finished the plumbing in the RV. And I want to thank every viewer who's out there just watching my videos, because just you guys being there makes everything here possible. So thank you, everybody, every single one of you. Thank you. This is a huge moment in the tiny house.